Welcome back to MMG Cars. Today I'm here to show you a very special vehicle we have in our inventory. This is our 2021 Dodge Hellcat Red Eye Super Stock. It is finished in Dodge's pitch black paint over a black leather interior with black SRT houndstooth cloth seats. For those of you that are not familiar with the differences between the standard Hellcat Red Eye and the Super Stock, I'm going to go over some of those differences with you today. Overall though, this vehicle basically bridges the gap between the standard Hellcat Red Eye and the Dodge Demon. So for one, as we can see here, this vehicle has a factory supplied wide body kit. And you can see from the flared fender arches there. Coming over to the side, we have these stylish 18-inch low gloss granite 5-spoke wheels. And the front have 6-piston Brembo brakes with red calipers. Then right here on the fender we have the SRT Hellcat badge with the eye painted red, hence Red Eye. And coming along towards the back, one of the main differences we have here are the tires. So the standard Hellcat Red Eye comes with just street tires, while the Super Stock gets 315 Nitto NT05R drag radials, which are borrowed from the Dodge Demon. So these are very capable track tires that you can drive on the street with. Moving on, we have the rear of the car. We have this rear spoiler painted satin black, and once again with the SRT Hellcat emblem. I'm going to go ahead and pop the trunk here. This vehicle features a surprisingly spacious trunk for a coupe. It's 2 small cubbies on either side to place various items. It's very nice. I'm going to go ahead and close this. One of the other main differences between the standard Hellcat Red Eye and the Super Stock, this vehicle has uniquely tuned Bilstein high performance adaptive dampening suspension. So that is also borrowed over from the Dodge Demon. That is not something you will find on the standard Hellcat Red Eye. And that helps to shift a majority of the weight towards the rear when launching the vehicle, and that'll help with handling and your track time. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood. Once again, moving along towards the other side here, we have the other Hellcat Red Eye emblem on the fender. And then on the hood, cool thing too, it has dual hood scoops. I'm going to point out one other thing that most people probably don't realize about this car. It's actually down here. If you look at these headlights, you see 2 headlights here. They look pretty similar, but there's something a little different about them. This one on the right is just a standard headlight. This one on the left here is a little different, and it's actually because the center is hollowed out. And this was actually done on purpose. Engineers over at Dodge purposely hollowed out this headlight, and it basically acts as a secondary air intake to allow cold air into the engine. So very cool. Then we have an SRT Hellcat emblem on the grille. And let's go ahead and pop the hood here. This car features the same 6.2 liter supercharged V8 found in both the standard Hellcat Red Eye as well as the Dodge Demon. However, the regular Hellcat Red Eye has to do with just 717 horsepower. The Super Stock gets a huge bump up in power to 807 horsepower and about 707 pound-feet of torque. So this thing is an absolute beast. This vehicle also borrows a lot of engine technology from the Dodge Demon. It has launch control, which holds the optimal RPM until the brake is released. It also has a feature called line lock, which engages the front brakes and holds the car in place and allows the rear wheels to spin. The Super Stock also features an industry-first race cooldown mode, which minimizes heat soak by keeping the engine cooling fan and the coolant pump running after the engine has been shut off. And lastly, you have the power chiller, which diverts the air conditioning refrigerant to lower the air intake temperatures. So looking over here, we have the supercharged Hemi, and then once again, the SRT Hellcat red eye emblem on the engine block. All right, we're gonna go ahead and look at the interior of this vehicle, but before we do, I'm gonna go ahead and show the key. So those familiar with Hellcats know that the Hellcat comes with a regular black key, but it also comes with a red key. So the regular black key is just your standard key. The red key, however, unlocks the full power of this vehicle. And it also does have remote start, as seen by this button here. If you click that twice, the vehicle will start. So we walk towards the vehicle. This does feature keyless entry. So as long as you have the key in your pocket or in your hand and you touch the door handle, the door will unlock. Looking over at the door here, we have several buttons. So this functions to lock and unlock the car. These two control the automatic windows. Both windows are automatic. And these buttons up here control the adjustable power mirrors. And down here we see the factory upgraded Alpine sound system. Looking at the interior here, we have the beautiful black leather interior. And like I stated before, this vehicle comes with the black SRT houndstooth cloth seats. As you can see from the SRT emblem embroidered. And then down here, these are power seats. And this button here functions to bolster and give lumbar support. Moving back up here, we see the SRT steering wheel wrapped in leather. This is also a heated steering wheel. Stepping into the vehicle, this vehicle does feature push button start to the right of the steering column. So I'm going to go ahead and start the vehicle. And this vehicle features approximately 1,777 miles on the odometer. Pretty low. To the right of the steering column, we have the automatic headlights, as well as a dimming function for the interior lights and the button to open the trunk. And then looking back at the steering wheel, we have the functions for the cruise control, the paddle shifters and brushed aluminum, and the red illuminated SRT badge in the middle of the steering wheel. Looking at the gauge cluster here now, this vehicle does show the upgraded speedometer that reads up to 220 miles per hour. The standard Hellcat Red Eye will only go up to 200. Coming over towards the center of the vehicle, this is the infotainment system. The screen is completely touchscreen. This is the first page here, the media page. So this vehicle does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as regular Bluetooth connectivity. So you can connect to your phone, stream music, make and take calls, send messages. This can all be done from this page. Second page here is the climate. So this vehicle does have dual climate control zones. This can all be controlled from here. And also the seat controls. Both driver and passenger seats are heated, as well as I mentioned before, the heated steering wheel and the auto dimming mirror as well can be controlled from this page. I'll go ahead and turn these off. Next, we have the app page. Several apps on this vehicle. I'm just going to go through the most important ones that I think should be mentioned. We have the SRT mode here. This just shows how the vehicle is doing. And there are several different modes that you can put this car into. It has track mode, sport mode, and a completely custom mode that you can choose from. Then we're going to go to the SRT dashboard here. This just shows how the vehicle is functioning and the health of the engine. Once again, going back, and then we have the performance page. Might take a minute to load. So the performance page just shows a series of gauges, show how the car is performing under what conditions. So if we go to the home page here, the home button, you can see the amount of horsepower you're putting down, what gear you're in, timers for when you go to the track, you can time yourself and see your reaction time. The several gauges, as I mentioned before, you can see the oil temperature, oil pressure, coolant temperature, battery voltage. This car also does have a G-force meter, so you can see how many G's you're pulling when you launch the vehicle. This page here just shows the overall health of the engine. And then lastly, the dyno page. If you do go to dyno the vehicle, you can see how much power you're putting down. So very interesting stuff. Moving down here, we have the pretty basic controls for the radio. So we have the volume knob and the tuner, as well as the button for the SRT mode and the launch control button here. And you can also turn off traction control, and you can also completely turn off the infotainment screen from this button. Further down here, we have the basic controls for the dual climate control system. It's pretty standard. And then here's the gear shifter. So this car features a TorqueFlite 8-speed automatic transmission with limited slip differential. If we put the car in drive here, this is full automatic. If we move it over to the left, this is basically Tiptronic. You can shift gears from the gear lever or from the steering wheel using the paddle shifters. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back into park. Small compartment for some things. Then we also have 2 cup holders, and in the center here we have a small space for some personal items, as well as a 12-volt charger and USB port. Looking up above, we have the auto dimming mirror here. We have 2 vanity lights, and this here can be programmed to open your garage door. And just above that, we have a small space for your sunglasses or glasses. All right, we're gonna go ahead and look at the back seat of this vehicle. For some Hellcat Red-Eye Super Stocks, they offer from factory a rear seat delete. However, this Hellcat Red-Eye Super Stock did come with the factory seats in the back. What you do is pull on this tab here, and you can push the front seat forward to give access to the back seat. Once again, these are the black SRT houndstooth cloth seats. It's a little difficult to see. Pretty standard. And in the center, the divider can come down to reveal 2 additional cup holders. So once again, this is our 2021 Dodge Hellcat Red-Eye Super Stock. If you're interested in this vehicle, please visit our website online at mmgcars.com for more pictures. And if you have any questions or inquiries, please give us a call, text, or email, and we'll be happy to help you.